Hello and welcome back to Tammy's Antique Vintage Dolls and More. Today I'm going to talk about is the Horseman Company. And in front of you you're seeing is a little tiny baby Dimples, about 12 inches. And we're going to be talking about baby Dimples, and there's a whole bunch of surprises behind this little baby Dimples. First, we're going to do some history. I'm filming this in my kitchen because of what I'm about to show you I can't do in my room at the back. So to give you a fair view of everything, I decided to do this in my kitchen. So you might hear my dog walk by. So the Horseman Company was created by a man named Edward Emerson Horseman, or E.I.H. Horseman. He started his toy shop in 1965 and he became the leader in the toy industry. In the early years, he imported dolls from outside of the USA. But in 1904, he distributed rag dolls called Babyland Rag Dolls, created by Albert Bruckner. In 1909, Mr. Horseman used a new formula to make composition called Can't Break 'em. The doll heads like Billykin, if you ever seen a Billykin doll, or the variety of mama and baby dolls made by Horseman, were one thing about when you dropped one of these dolls, they would break, the composition would crack very easily. Apparently with his new formula, this would not happen if you dropped them when a child dropped them to the ground. Between 1909 and 1925, Horseman and the Aetna Doll and Toy Company, they merged. In 1930, the Horseman bought the Amber Doll Company, which was a competitor doll company, and continued to produce some of the Amber dolls, such as the Vanta Baby, which I have one, which we'll talk about later, and the Peggy dolls. October 1933, Horseman controlled the Regal Doll Company. In 1986, Horseman's name was sold to the Asian company Gata, or the Gata Box Limited of Hong Kong, which produces dolls now underneath the name of the Horseman Limited. In front of you here is 1928 Horseman Baby Dimples in the 12-inch, 16 to 18 inches, I'm going to be showing you, and 22 to 24 inches. Their composition, they have a flanged head, which means their heads can turn back and forth. They have arms and legs that are compo. The body is cloth. They have molded painted hair, sleep eyes, open smiling mouth, usually with two little bottom teeth, I think it is, or top teeth. And they're marked E.I.H. Horseman Company on the back. So now to broaden the scope of this so you can see more, this little guy here, he has a lot of issues. Like I tell you about a lot of my dolls, his legs need to be redone, and he needs really to be done from head to toe, which he'll be getting down the road. So now let's look at some of the rest of my baby Dimples of the 1920s. There they all are. These are all mine. 7 of them, and I think I might have even still a few more hiding out in my workshop that need to be worked on. Now, the ones at the back, I'm not going to be touching. The ones at the front, we'll be getting some work done on them. So let's take a look at the first ones here, and I'll show you the damage done to them over the years of just hot to cold and what the paint does around the lips here, where little air bubbles get in, and they need to be fixed. But she's still a beauty of her own. All of them are. Oops, I'm undoing the sweater, not the hat. But she's got a beautiful head. Beautiful, gorgeous, molded hair at the front, the beautiful tin eyes. They're fully marked, but again, you can see with her legs, this is where a lot of the problems come. There's the composition underneath, there's the paint. And her legs, I'll take them off and I'll be chipping all that off and redoing her legs. Same with him, his legs are all in a bad way. Her legs are all in a bad way. All that needs to be chipped off. Now I made this one into a little boy. Again, I like to make some of my dolls into boys because I don't have a whole lot of boy dolls. They make just a great boy doll as a girl doll. And his legs are in very good condition. The only thing is someone gave him some beautiful red fingernail polish, which I'll take off and redo him over again. But he has the same issue as what this one does, right down here where little air bubbles get into, and then it starts to break. Now hers here, she has the same thing, right in the same area, but she has a lot of paint flaking off. Same at the top of the head, which will be fixed down the road. These are my Fix Me Up dolls. Now we're going to take these away so we can look at the next set back behind, these beautiful ones at the back. So let's take these ones away for just right now. Okay. Now I have 3 of the 24, 25-inch baby Dimples. The reason why I have 3 of them, it's because they all have something different about them. This is more the toddler straight leg version. here, she has the eyelashes, which these two don't. Most of them don't have the eyelashes, but she does. She has the regular horsehair eyelashes, which is very unusual to find. But she's a straight leg toddler. This one here is the bent leg baby. Her legs are bent. And again, there is cracking on her legs, which will have to be redone down the road. But these are swinging legs. They swing back and forth. They're like this guy here, if I could show you. His legs swing back and forth. And that's what hers do. They go up and down. Now we'll come back over to this other one over here in the pink, all in pretty in pink. She also has the bent legs, but hers are hinged. So she has the hinges on her legs. We can show the hinge here. And that's why I wanted the three of them. She has the hinge on, she's hinged at the hip. So her legs will go back and forth, the whole leg will. And she has the froggy shaped legs. But they're all big, beautiful girls. They all have that beautiful molded head, tin eyes, all of them do. They do have some issues of their own, but which is all fixable if I want it to down the road. Sometimes it's best to leave alone. Sometimes it's nice to fix them. You have to decide that for yourself. Now, I'll just come up closer so you can see their faces more. Because their faces are just beautiful. Got those nice rosy cheeks. You just can't get enough of these babies. They're just beautiful. Great big giant baby dolls here. Think of the little girls back in the 1928. A little girl from 1920 to 1928. Well, maybe even 25 was holding these dolls. These were their babies. It was nothing for little girls back then even to be 10, 12 years old, 13, 14 years old, wanting a doll from their papas. It was nothing for the dads to buy, the fathers to buy them their dolls, even though mothers did too. Fathers were very well known to buy their daughters their dolls. So there you go, 1928 Horseman baby dolls. I hope that gave you some joy here to see these babies and to see their beauty that's still there today as well as they were back in those days in 1928 when they hit the store shelf. I imagine a little girl underneath a Christmas tree that decorated a tree very nicely. Now I do have this little girl right here. I do have her a nice 1928 bonnet with baby clothes for her, and I do have some older clothes from that time period for these two. Right now they're just dressed in some not Christmas but winter attire that I just find that it fancies me, and I just like to put it on them and just change them up a little bit. But this summer you'll be seeing more of them, and you'll be seeing them in some of their original clothing from the 1920s or baby clothing from the 1920s with the big wide bonnets and everything, and the big brim bonnets that they used to wear back then. But I thought I'd show them to you right now before I almost forgot about them because they're one of my favorite dolls, just like Baby Bubbles and Baby Dimples. Now you've seen my dimple collection, and I hope you enjoyed this very much, and I hope you have a good day. Rest today, it's Sunday, and have a good work week. Thanks again. Bye-bye.